Welcome to my YouTube channel, Live by Design with Grace Kariuki. I am glad that you have chosen to join me. I pray and trust that you are having a good day. Now, we've been talking a lot about relationships, and as you have known by now, that I am very passionate about relationships and the fact that we can have the kind of relationships we long for. A lot of us these days are struggling with boundaries within our marriages, within our committed relationships. And we have many questions about why it's happening, how I can protect myself, and what I can do. So today I want to do a short video on protecting your relationship from infidelity, or what we might call having an affair-proof marriage. This is the thing. You cannot do that if you have not prepared well. You need to start off by preparing well when you are getting married. Premarital counseling becomes very, very important because during that time, you will be talking about your expectations, your values, the things that are important to you, and among those things will be boundaries within your marriage. I normally say that every one of us as couples, we do need to create our own culture. We need to speak to one another, not what we hear from other people, not what has been in our families, but what me and my spouse think and have talked through and agree is important to us. So if you want to protect your relationship from infidelity, you've got to have that difficult conversation with your fiancé before you get married. So this conversation would be something like, so tell me about your past relationships. Very important. That history is going to help both of you decide what kind of boundaries, as far as infidelity is concerned, you need to put together. It is also going to help you to identify and to define values for both of you. Values that your relationship needs to put together so that you can protect your relationship from affairs, from infidelity. So when a person tells you that I've had 3, 4, 5 girlfriends before I met you, it is important to understand what kind of relationships were those. It is important to understand how far did those relationships go? What was the reason for the relationships to break? Now, I know this is very difficult for dating couples to do. I always get the question, how do you start that conversation? That is why you need a premarital counselor, because now the counselor is going to help you go deeper than just, now I know that John had 6 girlfriends before he met me. So what? Now that you know that, so what? Because it is important for the two of you to understand that the things that we repeat, those things becomes part of the way that we live our lives. And so if John was used to having many girlfriends when he was before he decided to get married, it's not automatic that he will just switch. There are some people who develop some type of addiction to these sexual escapades, whether it is physically being sexual with another person, or even emotional infidelity, where a person really finds a lot of value in being emotionally connected with different people, because they have this feeling of when they connect in those levels with many people, they feel valuable. So that's why you need premarital counseling, so that a professional counselor can be able to help you guys dig what are the issues that you bring into the marriage individually, and where is it that there is a break in continuity when it comes to values. So that even the person who has had many relationships before he comes to or she comes into a committed relationship, they can also understand themselves. Who are they when it comes to fidelity in a relationship? Are they saying, yes, I'm monogamous, but they act as if they are not? It is important to get yourself to the point where you understand yourself And then together you and your fiancé, together you and your spouse can identify the things that you want to put in place to protect your marriage from affairs. So that is why it's important, and I will repeat again, very important to prepare for how you are going to protect yourselves from infidelity. Infidelity is one of the things, or one of the issues that really devastates lives, not just marriages, but individual lives. And imagine even what happens to the children, what happens to the extended family, where now they are breaking up, and now the rest of the family is having to deal with the breakup, and the parents are disappointed. So I mean, the infidelity is such a messy situation, and that is why it's important for us to realize we have the power to protect our relationship from infidelity. I want also, when I do premarital counseling, when we talk about sex and the marital bed, I also talk about the things that you have allowed yourself to believe in your head about infidelity. We hear statements like, men are dogs, men will always cheat, once a cheater, always a cheater. Those are things that we hear in the society, but it is not true on individual levels. We know some people who are in such situations because they do not understand themselves, and they don't know that they can walk away from that kind of a behavior. So that is why the professional counselor is able to help in a more deeper way to protect yourselves from doing the things that would cause you more pain than being single. So until I see you next time, please subscribe, tell your friends about our YouTube channel. My number is on the top of the video. Call me if you need me to work with you and to help you to create and define the kind of relationship that you want. Until next time, live by design, not by default.